Okay, how much more are we going to get of this freaking cancel culture? Wow, it's like, you can't joke anymore. And, you find yourself in this predicament all the time. Hi, folks. Zane. Thanks for tuning in to this edition of Man with the Show. We're going to get across on this immediately. We have been discussing a couple episodes on HBOMAX, the trials and tribulations of what's been going on. We heard about Gone with the... I mean, the first thing I got to say is, how the hell do you put a 5-minute intro to talk about slavery on a movie that doesn't glorify slavery? It's just... a movie that was written by a woman talking about, basically a woman that was just trying to strive her way through a war, and there was romance, and, there was slavery as far as on there. She had slaves and the culture on there, but it didn't really glorify any slavery. It's just showing, characters trying to live their lives during the war. I mean, however you want to premise, you want to put it on there. It won a lot of Oscars. First black woman to win an Oscar. And like I said, it was written by a woman. I mean, you may say, well, they didn't treat all the black actors right. It was a different time. But, Hattie McDaniel was the first and pushed forward a lot into this industry. Today, you have a lot of people doing some great movies and some terrible movies. And, you have to stop this canceling and trying to push these narratives. Anything that you want to put a political structure into the film itself. Was that we got to have this particular person of color, or you have to have this person of transgender or handicap or this and that. That's how a movie gets ruined. You write a story and you put characters in there. You hire whatever you want to do to progress the film on there. You create these characters and stuff like that. But if you get political, where you say, "Wow, we have to hire this character or change their gender or change their color or stuff like that," you're not gonna get people to come to see your movie. You make a little money at first, but then people realize how much of a crap show you're having. But here, what we got, we're getting off a little bit on there, but. HBO Max has opened up a site. There's so much on there. So many movies from Turner Classics, HBO, series from Cartoon Network, Adult Swim. And one thing that has joined them is a great series, South Park, from Comedy Central on there. And always been a great series. I love this series. It's great. And when I heard it was on there, and it's great that, because it used to be on Hulu and you got the commercials, and it just, sometimes the commercials are annoying because they cut in at certain points on Hulu. And I was like saying, oh, I'm glad, basically, we're not going to get commercials. But then what I find out is, as I'm going through the listing and stuff like that, and a lot of other people brought out, there are some episodes missing. That's right. There are some episodes missing from there. It's about 5 episodes. It's the Super Best Friends episode, Cartoon Wars parts 1 and 2, and there's like I think another episodes 200 and 201. They're absent from the launch. Most of it's basically about the Prophet Muhammad, and it's like, here we go again with this. You can make fun of Jesus, but you can't make fun of Muhammad, and you piss off all these people. One thing I've always learned is that in life, however you want to call God, I bet he had a great sense of humor. And, what did Robin Williams say one time is, you don't think God didn't have a sense of humor? Look at a platypus. It's a mammal with a bill, and it lays eggs. There you go. And you look at the perspective that, you have a TV series that, makes fun of everything. They the last couple seasons have been okay. They knocked in the presidency. Obviously, they knocked in with, marijuana. They knocked on PC culture. So much that they have done, and a lot of it's been really hysterical. And the series is starting to wind down just a bit. Eventually they're probably going to, Matt and Trey Parker are probably going to say, hey, I think we're done with this. The thing that surprises me is that I am surprised that they haven't grabbed off or put a disclaimer on it, is on the Summer Sucks episode. If you're not familiar with the Summer Sucks episode, that's the one where basically they're in the summer, it's getting close to 4th of July, and there's a major ban on fireworks. And it's like the kids don't know what to do. Their Uncle Jimbo decides to cross over to Mexico. There's a whole bit where he's like, you know what to say when you cross back over? And he says, do you have any fireworks in the car? And you go, no. And he's like, yes, on there. But also they create some sort of big snake, those little snakes where you light up and it just comes crawling out. Firework, it's like ash, and it crawls out. And the mayor of the town decides to create this giant one that basically, where it loses control and starts to destroy all the cities next to the state itself on there. And the way it ends up at the end is that they stop it and with fireworks, and basically a sort of like a snowstorm of black ash starts to hit, and everyone's like, hey, it's snowing, and they start to play and all that. And all this time, Chef is out of town. He comes back in, and he looks at everybody, and everybody's in blackface. Well, sort of blackface. It's like the ash is around them, and they're like, everybody stand over here, we're going to kick your butt. And that is, is fun. And I'm surprised they have not banned that episode just for that alone, because I tell you, they're I heard that they did a number on the Golden Girls episode just recently where they had mud packs on their face, and someone started calling, oh, look, the Golden Girls have done blackface. I said, that's not blackface. That's not blackface at all. So, I mean, we're getting too insane on this, episode to episode, that, you have a situation where it's like, you're bending the knee. It's a show. It's funny. As I mentioned before, John Cleese says, you're going to piss people off. What's the line? He says, if you want to make God laugh, how do you make God laugh? Tell him your plans. You're going to offend people. That's what the verse of comedy is. It doesn't have any boundaries. You're going to piss off somebody. Comedian one time said it at his show. It's like, if you're here to hear comedy, great. If you're here not to get offended, there's the door, because you probably might get offended on some of the things I say. And this is the thing that people don't understand is comedy. It will strike everywhere. It is an equal opportunity comedy. Comedy is equal opportunity. It will offend somebody somehow, but that's comedy. It's supposed to be that way. Carlin, Pryor, they must be all turning in their graves right now because of the way the state of comedy is these days, because they just want to push it out. It's like two men walk into a bar. That would be offensive without even going that far. What kind can you tell me two men? Why couldn't it be a woman? Why couldn't it be this? This is the mentality some people have, and it's a small group, and it's mostly on Twitter. This is why I don't do too much Twitter anymore. I just announce the shows, and that's about it. I don't talk too much on Twitter. I found other sites like Minds, Gab, and Parler, and I can get a sentence in without someone going crazy on there. But once in a while, someone that says, oh, I don't like it, but then they say like, you have your opinion. That's the way things are supposed to be. I have my opinion, you have yours, and that's it. And we can have a great discussion about it. But, you have people, now you have this situation where it's like, they say, oh, it's going to piss people off in the Mideast. So what? They're in the Mideast. They ain't going to watch the show. Most of the places on there that are run by, if there's any control of ISIS or anything like that, they don't have any internet control of there. So why are you worrying about it? Most of these people, it's the funny thing. Jeff Dunham has that puppet Ahmed, and you kind of figured that would piss off people in the Mideast. But believe it or not, he's done shows in the Middle East. Same thing with Fluffy. You would think Fluffy's routine would be really bad in the Mideast. Does very well. Those are the two top comedians in that part of the world. The only place Jeff Dunham had any problem with there, and I loved how he did, is was it Malaysia? It was in Malaysia. They couldn't do a dead terrorist, so he did a deaf Frenchman terrorist, that was brilliant of Jeff Dunham to do that, and it's fantastic. And watch that bit. He has it on YouTube, on there. It's great, and I'm happy that even with this COVID and all that, he can't do shows, that he's able to do something online. He's trying to get a new character out on there. So comment below. Tell me, are you pissed off they took off these 5 episodes? Because I am. I'm really pissed on that. And it is just amazing how these companies work. They just want to bend the knee on there, and then they wonder why everybody's dropping them like left and right. Why are we losing money? Why this and that? Why people are upset with us? The people that are upset with you aren't your fans. They're not the ones using your site. If they do use that site, they don't watch much. The people that you want to make happy are the ones that are in and out of your site, constantly watching everything. I mean, hell, they put a freaking overseas. They put a freaking trigger warning on Aliens and the Goonies. Come on, really? So comment below. Be civilized. Tell me how you feel about it. Don't forget to check out the end of this episode. We do have more information of where we're at, where we're going, and please subscribe, like, support. I'm trying to get the subscriptions up. A lot of people that do watch my show, they haven't subscribed yet. And you gotta ask you a question: why haven't you subscribed? So until next time, we'll check you out. Have a good one. Have a good week. Stay healthy. Holidays are coming up, so enjoy them. Hey, thanks for watching there. Once again, don't forget to hit that subscription, like. If you want to comment below, you can. Be sure to check us out on all of our other platforms on there, all listed down below. And we also have a merch store and a place where you can give us support to this channel.